Coming up to do my next video, going to be talking about where we put exclamation points, but I'm not going to talk about it. Maybe you can think about it, and then I'll tell you a story once I understand how it is being used. Although it looks like a baseball bat, is it actually an I? What exactly is happening with an exclamation point, with a period, with a dot and a dash? Where do we put the don't do it or do not do it? More. So I'm going to be on here in about, let's say, a half an hour by 10:30, maybe before. Ask me questions. Like I said, I'm going to be talking about golf and certain wording and how wording is passed on. Don't do it. I'm with you. I am with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I am with you. So, and then there's Simon. Simon says, and then there's the artwork that goes along with Simon according to the letters and according to the numbers. And also there's association with number of letters in a word, the reverse alphabet. Are there any reverse letters in it? So for those of you who don't know me, who've never seen my channel before, I created a system that already exists, but I put all the systems together. And in the system, I use what I call the face numbers, 1 through 9. 0 is an association of a level. One circle level done of 9, because a circle level done of 9 gives you 9 areas, but all together there are 10. The association of 7 and 3, association of 9 and 1, 5 and 5, 2 and 8, 6 and 4, the association of 10. How we get to 10? What is 10 about? How 10 is used? 10, angel, Saturn, the sky, creation and birth. 2 to the power of 3, the heavens, and 3 to the power of 2, the earth. And where do I get this from? 9 is the birth. You're born where? Into the heavens, through the 7th gate to the light of man on day 6. Into the E-world you were thrown. But the E-world only existed when the magic began and life began after you created the doorway, the E-world, the electric world. 5775, where 75,075 moons have passed. 7 and 5, 12. We have 12, 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 1 and 2 is 3. We have 303 or 33 or 808. When we double them up and put them face to face, they look like 808. Now, you might not understand this, but when you put a 3 this way and an E this way, it looks like an 8, unless you're mirroring the E to look like a 3. And this is what I do. I match pieces in part. I replace, like you play cards, and you can, once you get the same 10, you can replace it with a different suit or stuff like that. Where was I with all this? What's going on? And then there's the reverse alphabet, and then there's the reverse alphabet with the first letter to the 26th letter. But there's different houses where you go and take all the alphabet and put it in this house. And they, although they have 26 items, they no longer add up 1 through 26. The reverse might be different. You see, in gematria, right, where F, H, S, and U are all number 6. Their invert to what is an F is U. Okay, U is number 6. Ironic, right? The number 4, which is D, a reverse is 23, and the 23rd one is also D, but in this factor, it's now noted as number 4. W, X, Y, Z, 4, 3, 2, 1. So Z, which was once 26, is now 1. N, which was once 14, N, which is once 14, N14, okay, is now N1, to where the reverse of N is M13 is now M1. They now meet 1 and 1. So let's do one more. We're going to go F, and the reverse of F is U, so it's F6 to U21. To F will be 6, and U will also come down to be 21. And then we do mathematics, multiplication and addition, to create your first star system before we go anywhere else. What it is? Multiplication and addition. So what has happened with the body? what's happening with the body, what's happening to our hands, that when we do this for the right, we now look down at our toes and are our feet crossed, and which way and where are our toes. We have to find an association to match why this 5, what the relationship to the other 5 are, if we had the torso or the torus being in between that world and that world, the world of 6, where it begins at the torso. The mind, body, and the soul. Take your first deep breath of air. Persons, places, and things. Sports. So I'm going to be on in, I'd say, within the half an hour. I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about. My mind is open sometimes it's closed. I'm not always able to create something new. I might be going over something old that I've already done, but it's always upgrading all the time for the last 20 years. And Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Break free. The world we live, if you've never believed in a creator, well, I'm going to tell you something. With 20 years of experience, I will show you all the matches there are. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. I will show you all the matches there are that could be possible. But in order to do it, it would have to be done at great speed and over time. And that's the alphabet. How the value of numbers, how the value of the word, it's ironic. How the value of a word talks about another word and tells a story. To where when you look at this, there's a mathematical equation going on in here that can be written and understood. 1 and 8, 2 and 7, 3 and 6, 4 and 5. One goes up, the other goes down. When one goes up, the other goes down. 0, 1, 0, 1. My 1 is on an angle. I'm running everything on an angle. The roulette wheel does everything rectangularly, not square. Monopoly has square corners and runs the proper on a rectangle. The 8 heaven running with the queen, okay? The queen has all her eyes always facing. The king and the jack are like that, and then the other ones are facing. The queen is 8. Number 62, 26, the game, the house, the card, the constellation of Pegasus. So when you can connect Mars 51, Area 51, when you can connect the words to go with the numbers, and then you can see where the numbers go, you would scratch your head. And when you start seeing the math and the artwork that goes along with calendars, with grindstones of the Mayans, working in that 13 and then 7 parts on that. I'd have to show you what you can find online. Look for that 13 and 7 movement, to where the 13 and 7 is right here. 9 and 4, 7 and 6, 3 and 4, 1 and 6, 7 and 13. To where opposite sides are 9 and 9, 18. Take away the 7 dots that you have from this opposites, and you have 11. 7 come 11, 18 Reich. 3 parts to the 18 Reich equals 54, the Third Reich. Spinning of Rubik's Cube. Now, what is Rubik's Cube supposed to represent? And apparently it takes 20 plus 1 movement to turn this from whichever, the longest position to the shortest position apparently takes 20 plus 1 moves. Maybe it takes less. I don't know. Look it up online, because everything I do has an answer online. Everything that I will mention to you, you will be able to find somewhere or calculated with somebody that knows math online. You know the 26 letters of the alphabet in English and in French, a little bit in Hebrew. I don't do it in one language. It doesn't work in one language. I'm missing some balance. It's multiple languages. It is what it is. So when you see that we have been created somewhere else, there's more of the story. Thank you for watching. The numbers say we're going home. It all begins here. Thank you.